It's approaching the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
What's good? So, as 2018 has officially ended a few days ago, I figured this would be a good way to reflect back on the year and just kind of run through some of the banners that came out during the year of 2018. I think overall it was a pretty solid year. A lot of good things happened in the game, and minor hiccups here and there. Nothing's perfect, obviously, but I think it was a very solid year for Dokkan Battle, and hopefully, better things to come with the new year of 2019 and moving on and all that. So let's kind of reflect back and take a look at all the banners that came out during the year, and we'll just kind of take a brief trip down memory lane, even though it was pretty recent anyway. But let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to start on this one because it did officially end at January 4th. Technically it was still available in 2018, so yeah, I mean, this was the Super Vegito and the Rose Dual Dokkan Festival that came out, and they had obviously the specials and whatnot. Me personally, I didn't pull either one. I think I pulled maybe Ultimate Gohan and the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. That was probably about it for this banner, but definitely a very exciting one when it first came out. A lot of people, I'm sure, were pretty excited about that one. And then obviously the Rose counterpart. And this banner was pretty good too, but unfortunately I didn't pull the main guy, and I don't even know, I think I pulled, matter of fact, I don't think I pulled any of these guys. Maybe the Zamasu unit, but that's about it. I don't remember pulling any of these guys off this banner, so I definitely did get shafted a little bit on that one, but it is what it is. It definitely does happen, And then the 3-year anniversary ticket banners came out as well. And then, one of the biggest ones out of the year was obviously the LR Gogeta and LR Vegito banners that came out as part of the 3-year anniversary. I personally spent like 1,300 stones and didn't pull either one, so I was a little bit worried about, the most recent one, which was the Gogeta Blue banner and the Broly banner. I'm glad I didn't get shafted because initially I was a little bit worried about that. Overall, it was a very solid banner. I mean, you had the main feature unit and a couple of good ones like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the other Gogeta units as well, and Janemba and whatnot. So I just had a very bad experience with it, but I'm sure a lot of people pulled some pretty good cards off that too, So yeah, overall these were pretty solid, and 3-year anniversary is pretty amazing overall. I mean, a lot of stuff came out with that, and a lot of Dragon Stones were distributed and whatnot. Overall, it was a pretty good 3-year. So hopefully, with 4-year coming out later this month, hopefully it'll top that, and we get a lot of exciting stuff. And then we had the legendary banners for each of the types and units. And I personally skipped these. I wasn't gonna chase LRs at that point, and decided to skip all these. And I was like, I'm just gonna save my stones. Which I did, and I ended up pulling off this banner, and I did pull like a couple copies of Jiren, and overall it was pretty solid. I mean, the units featured on here were pretty good. They're all pretty solid category and type leads, so it was a good banner. This one was probably one of my favorites that came out this year. Turles is definitely one of my favorite units in the game, just because, I mean, Turles is a great character, but also just the unit itself in Dokkan Battle is one of the best units in my opinion, in terms of overall balance and the skill sets overall itself. I think it's one of the best in my opinion, and a couple of good units on that banner too. Alright, let's see what else is going on here. We have the Easy A stuff. I'm not really going to go into that type of stuff. And then we have the double raids, the Rage Vegeta. I think this was probably the first time it showed up on JP. I can't remember exactly, but I tend to have a short-term memory loss, kind of stuff. So this is still the elusive unit for me. I still have not pulled the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. Shout out to Social Fire. She ended up pulling like 2 copies, so son of a bitch. But very solid banner, I think. Definitely some good units off that banner. Jiren's good, Ultimate Gohan's pretty good, and the Vegeta unit's pretty great too. So that was definitely a cool banner too. This is, LR Bardock did come out, part of the legendary banner. I think I actually did pull this was a banner where I pulled like 4 LRs within like 500 stones or something ridiculous like that. I do remember that. But yeah, I mean, the featured units aren't necessarily that great, but the pull rate for the LRs were pretty good, starting with this banner. So that was really the kicker on that one. Future Gohan did come out. It was a pretty decent banner, but I ended up skipping it just because I was basically saving stones at the time, and I did pull up the LR Bardock banner too, so I ended up just kind of skipping that one. But it definitely did have some pretty good type and category leads. So yeah, I mean it wasn't a bad banner. I think this banner got a lot more shit than it should have. Honestly, it wasn't too bad of a banner in my opinion. And then we had some other ones come up. Let's see. This one, I guess, global players got a little bit mad about, since technically they were global exclusives, and not only that, but they made some changes to the skill sets for the units. You know what I mean? So I do remember some global players that get a little bit upset about that. But the thing is, nothing is written in stone about global exclusives. I mean, it's one of those memes by now. This one was a pretty pivotal point in the year. This is when the animations changed for Dokkan Battle, so that was a pretty big deal. And they did give out free tickets for this, and I actually pulled LR Mighty Mask off of this, or LR Goten and Trunks. And yeah, I did see the Super Vegito animation for the first time right when they gave the tickets out, so that was pretty cool. Yeah. So, okay, and then we had the Full Power Goku that came out, and it was pretty solid. A couple of decent units were featured on here, and this Goku right here is a very good unit too. Full Power Goku's a pretty decent unit too. I do run him here and there, especially with the Full Power category lead before Broly just came out, but yeah, he's a solid unit. And then we had the Tanabata Dokkan Fest, which the featured list was ridiculous. I mean, look at this. I don't think this is even all of them. It doesn't. I thought it was a lot more than this. Maybe not. But I did pull, I think, a couple of times, and I think at some point I did get a copy of LR Vegito. But other than that, nothing I think outside the ordinary for that one. And then we had Gohan's EZA that took place, the intelligence version, and then the Android Saga, or not Android Saga, but the Android category lead came out with Android 17, and then Android 21 also did come out as well. Android 16, I'm glad they finally came out with a good version of that unit. So overall, not a bad unit. I think people enjoyed that to a certain extent. And then the LR Perfect Cell and Cell Juniors did come out as well. Let's see what else. Lord Slug, Double Ray Banner. Yeah, this is the 250 million download. This was a pretty big time. I can't remember how many tickets I had exactly. I actually had a lot less than a lot of people did, but I did pull some decent units off of it. I think I pulled a dupe for Bardock, Angel Goku and Frieza. I think I got a dupe for Ultra Instinct Goku as well. It was definitely a good banner. I mean, it's not free, but whatever you invested in, you got kind of like cashback bonuses kind of thing. So, we always get excited when they do these types of whatever million download specials. And I think at that point, maybe like a month or two or a couple months before that, people were just kind of waiting on that to happen. And it finally did. So it was definitely a good thing. And then we had the Transforming Frieza and Transforming Goku units. That's kind of like when, the animation or transformation mechanics like really took off. Even though LR Gogeta and LR Vegito and Turles and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta had that prior to that, but it seems like this one was kind of like the kicker or catalyst to kind of all the new units that came out afterwards. You know what I mean? So both of these banners are pretty solid. I didn't have so much luck on the Goku banner. I had much better luck on the Frieza one. So I remember pulling like a dupe for him. I think I pulled like 2 copies of Rose, maybe 1 copies of that, and I did pull the Frieza unit as well. So I had a pretty good time with that one. Oh yeah, and then the immediately afterwards, like not even a month after, maybe the LR Goku and Frieza unit came out, and this was probably one of the most hyped up Dokkan banners and units throughout the year. Yeah, this was very highly anticipated. I remember a lot of people were excited about it. And these units are very good, depending on how you use the team. If you're able to bring a unit that reduces the attack for the enemy, they get substantially better. So, and then we had the transforming Buu unit. I did pull on this one. Got some pretty good units. I did get like Super Vegito and the Buu unit. So this was pretty good. And the funny thing is, this guy finally got a Dokkan Awaken. It's funny because I already had him at SA10. I had kind of like a hunch that eventually he would get one. So I'm kind of glad I, invested SA little by little. And then we had another of these LR banners, and Goku was the main one, and then we had a couple of these Kaioken Goku and whatever. So overall, pretty good banner. I think a lot of people pulled some good units off of that. This is one of my favorites banners from the year. I really like the Mellow unit, the agility version, and the category itself is very fun. Malevolent Clan or Frieza Clan, whatever you want to call it, but it's a very fun team to run. This banner actually had some decent units as well. I can't remember exactly who I pulled besides the Cooler unit, but like I said, I really like Meta Cooler, and that team is probably one of my favorites during the year 2018, along with Movie Bosses. I really did like that one. I'm not going to cover this, but the EZA for Tech Beerus did come out, and god damn, what a difference that made. I did do a 100% showcase on the Super Saiyan Broly Movie Boss category team the other day, and that motherfucker can hit for a lot now. We did have the EZA for Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta as well. Kind of not as exciting as the other ones, just because the Vegeta unit is already pretty good as it is. The fact that he gets 120% increase to attack is very good. It's just, the only restriction to that is the units have to be stunned. So that is kind of a big issue, because most of the new Dokkan events, the enemies won't get stunned. They're immune to it. So there is kind of limitations with that. But I think for like Battle Road and Battlefield, that upgrade definitely does help. Alright, and then we had the transforming Goku Black unit. It seems like yesterday when it came out, not even a month ago. But this one was a pretty interesting unit too, and I think a fair share of people were excited about it. The banner itself was pretty decent overall. I mean, a couple of good units, I think it was a pretty decent banner overall. The Goku Black animation, I will say, the animation for the super attack was probably one of my favorites during the year. Looks really neat, really clean, had some nice, color schemes and all that going, so I did enjoy that one a lot. This one was a game changer, the Janemba unit. It's coming from such an obsolete status to one of the best in the game. It's he made a ridiculously insane return to the banner. Yeah, he's become very good. Movie boss category, he's fucking amazing on it. And then we had the LR featured Trunks and My unit. I was fortunate enough to pull one copy. I think I pulled 2 LRs off of this one. It seems like a lot of people pulled LRs off of this banner, so very good time for everybody. And then they had the step up banner. We'll cover that afterwards, but this was definitely one of the highlights of the year for sure. I mean, everybody was waiting for this to happen, and they took close to a month in delay, to get it out in Dokkan. The other platforms of games already had it way before Dokkan Battle even was able to get it. So I think honestly, I think it was worth the hype. The Super Saiyan Gogeta unit, I've got him at 79%, and he's a very good unit. I love running that team too. The Movie Heroes category team is a very fun team to run, and the banner itself is not bad. These 2 units are pretty solid too, and they've got a couple of good units on here, and overall I think it was fine. It really depends on each person, but some people pulled great, some people got shafted. It does happen in Dokkan Battle. Like this banner I struggled with a little bit. Fortunately I did pull a copy, but definitely didn't get as much good luck as I did on the Super Saiyan Gogeta banner compared to this one. But yeah, they definitely did live up to the hype in my opinion. I think it was very exciting. A lot of people were amped up for it, but yeah, that was a good close to the end of the year. And right before the year ended, they came out with this amazing banner of the step up summons, where they guarantee you a type of unit or types of unit, and then an LR guaranteed unit, and 2 full cycles with that. So Overall, yeah, it was a very, very, very good end to the year. I think this was very appropriate to end the year. I think Bandai and Akatsuki did a very good job in terms of ending the year on a high note. This was a good way to end the year, in my opinion. I think a lot of people were happy about it and overall satisfied. So that's pretty much, yeah, I mean, the wrap up of 2018 banners that came out throughout the year. I think overall it was solid, and I guess the question remains, like, what's to come, you know? Like, 4-year anniversary is coming up for JP pretty soon. What's going to happen with that? Who the hell knows? I have no idea, honestly, and I'm not even going to try and take an attempt at guessing, honestly. People were saying LR Gogeta Blue or something. Who the hell knows? I'm not going to even guess. We'll find out when we find out, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, in conclusion, I guess, how was the year of 2018 for you in Dokkan Battle? Did you get some good pulls? What was your best summoning banner? What was your personal favorite banner? Definitely leave a comment, and let's share our thoughts on 2018. All right. Well, as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's get rolling with 2019. All right. See you guys.